I was in this beautiful place where I was literally worried, is it going to escalate more than I think? I thought, man, if somebody's going to try to come get me, they're going to work for it. Push comes to shove, I'm going to head to the beach and swim to the biological preserve. I'm just going to ride it out like Rambo.
Welcome back to our show. Thank you for coming back on and listening to us. My name is Virgil. I'm here with Dr. Haggard. How you doing, Doctor?
Good. We got some exciting stuff to talk about.
Yes, we are going to talk about his experience in Costa Rica for those 2 years with only 20 grand. That ain't going to last 2 years, so I'm very curious to I have some questions. First question is, how did you survive with just only 20 grand in 2 years? That's almost impossible to do.
Yeah, it was really difficult, and there were some other things too about being able to stay in Costa Rica on just a visitor's passport.
Did you have a green card? Do you need a green card out there?
No.
Because you're off the grid.
I was off the grid, so I didn't want to secure employment unless it was with cash, and then if you don't do employment, then you can't get a work visa.
And then they find you.
So I was trying to stay off the grid. I was really worried about it. I mean, it bothered me.
How did you even find a place? How did you find a place by staying off the grid? I understand you probably paid cash, but did they question you? Did they think you're a fugitive on the run? Did they ask questions?
No one questioned me, and I basically stayed by to myself the whole time. I lived in a town called Montezuma, which is really funny because most people call it Montefuma because fumar is to smoke.
Okay.
And so it was like a hippie town.
Oh, that's cool. Was there a lot of, was it like Mexico-y? Or was it like...
It was like there's 200 people.
Oh, like a small town. Okay.
A very small town.
So you were really off the grid.
And everybody knew everybody.
So did they all know you there?
Well, I tried to stay by to myself the whole time. Of course, I met my neighbors. But
did they ask you questions ever? Or They
did. And I think one of my neighbors looked me up early on and realized that I was a fugitive, but he was cool about it and never brought it up. And then when I actually left, he's like, I knew the whole time. I always felt like you didn't know the whole time. But he was an American who had gone down there. He'd lived there for 10 years before.
Was he hiding too?
He was not. He just loved
He wanted to live in the middle of nowhere.
He just left Costa Rica.
Well, that's cool. At least you made a couple friends, because I couldn't last 2 years without not talking to anybody.
Well, I rarely talk to them. I like I said, I just mostly was working on this book, my case, which then turned into a book. But that's all I did. And unfortunately, it was such a beautiful place. And that part I can't complain about. It was just that I was in this beautiful place where I was literally worried that somehow this thing escalated to this point already, which I thought was ridiculous. And my imagination kept thinking, is it going to escalate more than I think? And that's where I was. I thought, man, if somebody's going to try to come get me, they're going to work for it.
Congratulations, you found it. Yeah.
They're going to work for it.
Yeah.
I was like 1.5 miles away from the biological peninsula. And this is how my brain was thinking. I was so freaked out about this whole situation that I thought, I'm a very good swimmer. And if push comes to shove, I'm going to head to the beach and swim to the biological preserve. And I'm just going to ride it out like Rambo.
That's crazy.
Because I was in the Army.
Yeah, so
I was a Boy Scout.
So you knew
I can survive in the wild with very minimal things.
So you pretty much technically kind of did, So when you lived in your, so how much is your rent? Let me ask you that, because if we had 20 grand, I'm kind of doing a math estimate. What was your rent per month?
It was $600.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not bad, and it was $600 because it was on the beach, and it was very secluded, and that's what I was looking for. I just didn't want anybody else around me. I didn't want anybody to somehow take pictures of me, figure out who I was. I mean, I was really terrified of this whole thing.
Yeah. Now, I could only imagine, already you just escaped, you left the country, you're hiding, now you got to have your concentration to write a book. I'd be terrified, people were looking for me as I'm trying to concentrate into doing my case. I would be so stressed out. I would, seriously, I couldn't handle that. So how did you manage to, regroup and focus?
Yeah, by feeling secure and away from everybody else. But the problem was they didn't have phones or internet in that area.
So you had to like go to another country to have.
No, I had to drive like 30 minutes to a cafe that had, or it wasn't really a cafe, I should say. It was a
place where they had internet.
It was a computer place that you could go rent computers by the hour. So when doing all my research, I would, find articles and whatnot that I had looked up before, but then I'm like, man, I need a full article. So then I would go into a place that had internet, and as fast as I could, because, you pay by the hour, and then I'm just like pulling article after article after article, and articles are expensive. Like scientific articles will run you anywhere from $20 to $50 to even $60.
And I bet you're just thinking 20 grand. Fuck, I'm just taking out. Like you're just thinking, ching ching.
Well,
down.
Luckily, I still had access because I was a professor, and my credentials worked. But then I'm thinking, are they gonna find that I'm using my credentials here?
Yeah. That would make me. Oh, freak yeah, dude. I would be. But did you use them?
I used them, but I used them by bouncing off my IP address to like China, Germany, and then to my university.
That's
that I used
awesome.
to work for.
That's crazy.
And I was doing this,
So is that how you like talked to your lawyer? So your lawyer was with you this whole 2 years, correct?
Yeah. I had constant communication with him, but same thing. I never directly called him. I did everything through email and bouncing my IP address off of things, even to the point where I wouldn't even go to the normal place I did internet. I would go to a hotel that I've never been to. And then I would bounce it off of there, from there to IP addresses, different IP addresses, and then have communication with him and dump files and reports and arguments on which charges and whatnot.
Did were you ever like, oh my god, that person's watching me? Oh my god, that person, like paranoid?
I was super paranoid.
So you just thought everybody was somebody.
Well, and I'm like everybody could be.
Yeah, I would be.
And I had that mentality.
The whole 2 years?
Yeah, but the reality was that wasn't the case. But it was enough where I was afraid.
Well, yeah.
Because I wasn't done. I'm like, no, I did all this, and like they catch me now. I'm like, I'm not done. I don't have everything in a row yet.
Yeah.
So finally.
Did you go incognito? Did you like change your hairstyle? Did you like do all that stuff? Like look like a different person?
I didn't do that.
Oh shit, I would have.
Like I was in a different country, and I did get really, really tan though. I didn't look like myself.
Hell yeah, well at least you got your tan on. So what else did you do, like, to save money? Like, how did you because food, I'm sure all that adds up. And in 2 years, 20 grand ain't nothing. So what did you do?
Yeah, so the first thing I did was I learned how to fish.
Like with a pole?
In Costa Rica, they don't use fishing poles. They fish with hand lines, which is just basically fishing string around a circular kind of handheld device, and then you just throw it out there.
Were the fishes big?
They were big.
So how the hell could you have the power to hold it with a plastic ball?
Well, it's not even a ball. It's almost like, I would say, you ever seen those plastic extension cord kind of holders?
Yeah, like a round thing?
Yeah.
Like for extension cords where you can
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like that, but it was just fishing line. And it was thick fishing line, because you might...
And my fish might break if they're
pretty
thick.
Good. And I bought a kayak, a plastic kayak, and I would go past all the waves, and you get out there, and then you start fishing.
You scared about sharks?
I was scared about sharks later. But
was the water blue? Is it blue out there, or is it brown?
It goes back and forth. So there are 2 seasons in Costa Rica. There's a dry season and a wet season. So during the dry season, the water is beautifully blue.
You can see a mile down in the ocean.
Not quite a mile, but it was pretty clear. You could see 50 feet.
So then that's when you weren't worried about sharks, because you could see what the fuck was coming to happen.
I'll get to the shark thing later.
Okay.
However, when it rains, then all of the rivers flood, and then you have all this mud
lifting and stirring
that goes to drain in the ocean. And the ocean has 6-inch visibility. So during that season,
You didn't go fishing.
well, I went fishing, but you definitely didn't go snorkeling or spearfishing because I learned how to spearfish too.
You're freaking naked and afraid here, man.
I was naked and afraid. When I did the hand line, though, that was an experience too. So I only had this like little kayak. So the locals teach me how to fish, and as I'm doing everything, I pulled in a few fish, and I'm like, great, this is working good. I had a net to like scoop them in after doing the hand line thing, like pull them in closer. But then every once in a while, you get a big fish.
And you fall off the kayak, right?
No, the big fishes start towing your ass around.
So have you fell off though, and they like pull you in the water?
Oh yeah. But before that, I mean, you kind of learn to balance yourself in the kayak. So the kayak starts spinning, and then all of a sudden, some big fish will take your ass to the waves. So now you're fighting the waves, trying to hold on to your fish.
Oh my god!
This is some stressful stuff.
Well, you gotta wait for the fish to get tired to reel it in.
Yeah, or you fall off your kayak.
Could you imagine it pulling you down the
You have all of your equipment in the kayak, and it goes upside down, and then you lose it all because now it's in the bottom of the wave area
Oh my
of
god!
the beach.
So did it cost?
I did that a few times.
I would have drowned because I would have said that fish ain't beat my ass, and they would have pulled me all the way down in the ocean, and I would have died.
Well, then you learn, okay, next time I should paddle out just a little bit more away from the waves.
Oh yeah. So the fish were smart enough to know to go into the waves.
Well, I mean, I was close to I don't know that they knew that, but I was close enough to the waves where it happened several times. But I'm talking like it's a big fish.
Like how big are we talking?
Regularly, they were what they call red snapper.
I know what a red snapper is.
Yeah, red snapper, but they call it pargo there. So the pargo is red snapper. I'd say average pargo is like this.
What about like tuna?
They had tuna roll in there every once in a while, and every once in a while I got to have sushi. That was
Yum!
nice.
Fresh. That's as fresh as you could get it. That's awesome.
Some fresh sushi.
So that's how you save money is you you pull Jumanji shit.
I did catch a lot of fish, and that was a good portion of.
So let me ask you, do you hate fish now?
Oh no, I love fish.
You still love fish, huh?
Yeah, but the funniest part of that was they were getting a lot of lobsters.
Yum.
And the lobsters in Costa Rica don't have like claws.
That's like the best part to eat.
Yeah, so those are like the eastern ones.
So how do lobsters survive with no claws?
They swim.
But what do they eat?
I mean, they don't have like king claw.
Did they taste good?
Yeah, the rest of them were great when you caught one. But they'd hide under rocks and stuff. And then they were typically, you had to at least dive 30 feet to get one. Sometimes 40.
So I'm sure you held your breath for a long time. Did you learn how to snorkel and stuff too?
Well, I knew how to snorkel before I got there, but I could not hold my breath nearly as long as when I left. By the time I left, I could hold my breath for a clean 2.5 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't think I can even hold my breath for 30 freaking seconds.
Yeah, and then what's crazy is I had some locals teach me how to spearfish because they were getting a lot of. Well, a lot of times you go out there and they're coming in with different fish because whatever bait you're using or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I saw these guys and they kept they're at the market selling fish and I see that clearly there
was a hole in them.
There was a hole, right? So I'm like, how did you get that? I'm like, well, we spearfish. And they're like, okay. So I hired them to teach me how to spearfish. So we go out on this. They had these little devices that they were very similar to a boogie board. It's almost like a life-saving device, and they just paddle out, and then they hook a rope to it, and then they dive down, and they spearfish a fish, and then they pull the spear through the fish, and now the spear, because the spear is connected to a rope that goes to
the thing on the top.
Yeah, the floating device, right?
Yeah.
We'll
Do they roll it in?
The boogie board thing. No,
the fish is dead, so
the fish is stuck, right? Stuck on the thing, on the rope, and then they do this, load the gun, and get another one, and they might get 5 fish in one breath. It was amazing.
That's cool.
And then they got them all, and then they go to the top. They're holding the spear.
The fishes are kind of like
the fishes are all wiggling and doing,
but they're not pulling you anymore because they're just
they're not really help. They're just
They're
on
dying.
the rope. They're on the rope dying. And then they get up there, and then they say, then they kind of squeeze all the fish on the end of the rope, and they put them on the board, and there's blood everywhere. You're in like a 12-foot circle of blood, and I'm freaking out at
Sharks,
this point.
clearly.
And I'm thinking, are we not worried about sharks?
They're not even tripping at all?
No, they're like, no, there's never been a shark attack in 20 years.
But with your luck, I'm sure.
And I'm thinking, I don't know. They're like, well, you got to worry about it. Crocodiles. I'm like, what?
In Costa Rica,
There was like an attack like 20 years ago. Like one came in and like came up through the fresh water and then like lived in some river or something that for like a while, and then came out every once in a while and attacked people, and then it died. And there hasn't been one since.
oh my God.
But they said, the last time there was a crocodile. I forget it was crocodile.
And they're big. Crocodiles are
No,
big.
this one was like 20 feet. That is like serious.
So it eats people.
It eats people. But then it died, and there was never one since. But they're like, but before then, we hadn't had sharks since then. So like, it only been like one or two attacks.
I still would have had a heart attack. You see red blood all in the blue ocean.
I freaked out the first few times. But then I'm standing on the beach, and I'm just like watching them, and I watch them just go out, do the same thing, get all these fish, blood everywhere, come back, and they're not even in a hurry. They're like just paddling back, like no big deal, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna watch them get eaten by fucking sharks any minute now. It never happened.
So how long did it take you to where you finally got the balls to do it yourself with the blood and no one helped them with you?
Yeah, I watched them do it like a dozen times, and then
So you knew it was safe now. You're like, okay.
I'm like, okay, and obviously nobody was scared of it. And it's just like, okay, so
you caught fish yourself?
I went out and started spearfishing, and then you take a spear, and if you dive down really good, they showed me how to go under certain rocks, and you're looking for certain things, and you take your spear, and you go out, and you scoop underneath, and all of a sudden you get lobsters. And so I'm like, oh, now I'm like, my food scale just went up.
Yeah, you're
so
like,
now I can eat lobster too.
So were any of those fish you speared, like, do they stay away from because they're gross? Or do they all taste the same? Did a snapper taste like a tuna?
No, but red snapper's pretty delicious.
Really? I've never had red snapper.
It's really good. It's really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, certain ones you can eat raw for like sushi stuff, and of course, if I caught a tuna, I didn't cook it.
Hell no. That's so yummy. Like, now I want sushi right now. And now I'm going to think, Jesse speared that motherfucker that I'm eating. Just kidding. Maybe we should go spearfishing and have fresh tuna. So from the spearfishing, what are like other ways or other kind of situations you save money? Because like I said, 20K ain't that much in 2 years.
No, it's not. But one of the things is, of the few people that I did interact with, because again, I was trying to just stay away from everybody and stay off the grid. One of the people that was nearby was a hotel owner, and there, like I said, there was 2 seasons. There's dry season and there's wet season. And during dry season, tourism just dries up as well. And so you don't have a lot of tourism. And he said, look, I only open up during wet season, and I'm going to take off during dry season, but I just need somebody to make sure my hotel is safe. No one's going to come raid it or do anything else. Somebody's got to take care of my pool.
Was it big? Was it a big hotel, or was it like a few rooms, or what?
There were 12 rooms.
Okay.
In the hotel. And so I took care of the hotel in exchange for free rent. So I got to save money there.
Did people still live there in dry season, or was it just completely empty?
No, there were still people there, but definitely the tourism was low.
Did you meet cool people inside of that hotel?
No, I never had one guest.
Oh, I thought you said there's people that still come and go out of there.
No, people came to the town.
Oh, but not the hotel.
But the tourism itself,
it's just
and then he even told me, he said, look, it's not even worth it to me to have the hotel open just for like a couple guests.
Yeah.
He's like,
so it's just you all by yourself in that whole hotel?
Right.
Oh, I'd be a little weirded out a little bit. That'd freak me out a little bit, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it was fun.
So basically that's how you save money, is because now you weren't paying rent. Did you like meet any celebrities? Because I remember my dad actually went to visit, and he met Carmen Electra and that chick from the Mummy Returns, that Asian chick. So I'm sure you had to have met somebody.
I did. Actually,
no way. Did you really?
I met 2 celebrities in this small town, not even anywhere in like a major city.
Well, they always like to hide because everybody recognizes who they are, so they go where you don't get. So if you're off the grid, that's probably where they want to be too, is off the grid, I'm sure.
That's exactly how it happened. So
That's awesome.
I was in a farmer's market in Montezuma.
Okay.
And again, this is like a really small, maybe not even a town, maybe a village.
How many people tops live there?
Like 200.
Okay, so
200 tops. This is like a very
So everybody
small
knows
place.
everybody, the gossip is kind of like...
But I got there, and I was just buying some fruits and vegetables and fish and whatnot. And I run into this girl from afar, and I'm looking at her, I'm thinking, man, she looks familiar. And I'm trying to ponder how I might know her. And finally, I just got frustrated, and I walked up to her and I said, excuse me, I said, you look really familiar to me. I said, do you know who I am?
That is funny, actually, right there, because I don't mean to interrupt you, but saying, do you know who I am? She's just like, excuse me, probably? You know what I mean? Because, like, she's like big celebrity.
Well, I didn't want to act like I was hitting on her, is I guess what I was doing.
That's good, but I love how you did that. Do you know me?
I'm like, you look familiar. Do you know me? And she says, I don't know you, but, I am on a TV show. And it was so funny that she said that, because, like, that's my brain is, how do I know her? And I wonder if she knows me, and she didn't. And she was on Entourage, and she was Ari Gold's wife.
Oh my God, that's so dope.
So it was Perry Reeves, and she was living only a few miles from there. So she lived a few miles from me.
Was she like sweet? Was she nice?
She was so nice, and
That's awesome.
Super beautiful.
That's awesome. And what makes them more cooler is when they're nice.
Yeah, she was so nice.
That's cool. Did you meet anyone else?
I did. In the middle of a dirt road, like... unreal.
The dirt road.
Dirt road in Montezuma, like there's like so far from the bar, and I was in town, and then I had gotten some food. It's like a restaurant bar thing. It was called Chico's. And I'm walking down the road to go find my truck, and I see somebody with a big beard, and I heard him speak, and I recognized his voice.
Who was it?
It was Joaquin Phoenix.
No way! That's a good one.
That's a good one. And I was like, excuse me. I'm like, and I'm looking at him in disbelief, thinking, I never seen him with a big beard.
Yeah, so he's probably incognito as well.
And I said, excuse me, you sound like Joaquin Phoenix. And he said, because I am Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh my God.
And I said, yeah, my dad lives here in Costa Rica.
Oh yeah.
So he said, I'm just visiting.
And was he cool?
Super cool.
Yeah. It's probably because they're there, they're not getting bothered, and it's not like, oh my God. It's just a small town, you know what I mean? That's cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. It was super nice. And that was like the highlights of the trip, because everything else I was stressed out about.
Focused on the book.
Worried about somebody getting me, trying to get the book done so I can come back to the U.S. I mean, my plan wasn't to stay there forever.
Did your lawyer rush you into like, hello, come on, let's go?
Oh, he gave me to-do lists all the time. Like, we got to get these knocked out.
How long did it take? It was 2 years total it took you about?
No, there were multiple things involved. So I had the medical board, and that kind of got knocked out in like 6 months. And then I took on the book idea, and that took like another maybe 8 months. It took me over a year to write this book. Like, that's how much research I did on this book.
So, I mean, you wanted to write the book after you realized all the research you did, and you're like, well, okay, I might as well. So, what made you write a book? Because that's not what came to your mind at first, I'm sure.
Not at all. But I thought, man, I have so much information, and there's just nothing else out there.
So you want to help the public.
And I just thought it would be beneficial for, them
to know the truth.
Whoever, patients, doctors. So actually, when I wrote the book, it's in 2 sections. The first section is for the general public, and the second section is for doctors on how to do the technical aspect of prescribing testosterone.
Wouldn't that be cool if Jose Canseco read that book? Especially during that time.
Yeah, I doubt he's read the book.
That'd be cool,
but
You kind of helped him and had his back.
Well, you know what I mean? He did kind of. He was the
talk of the town.
He was the person that kind of instigated the whole thing
and kind of got you in trouble.
He probably didn't know it.
Well, no, of course he didn't know. He was defending his own self.
Right.
He was trying to watch his own ass, and then during that time, everyone got in trouble from that's just crazy. So
yeah, it's definitely a crazy domino effect of how the whole thing ended.
So you got everything together, you got your investigating together, you got all your research done and everything. 2 years goes by, you got your book going, and then what happened from there?
So then I was ready to come back.
And?
Well, I called the DEA.
We're going to end our episode right there. We're going to get back to you.
Follow my podcast on drjessehaggard.com.